Hi there, Internet Associate. It's Anthony, and I'm about to react to another episode of Lucifer. In fact, I'm about to react to the season 2 finale of Lucifer. This is season 2, episode 18, The Good, the Bad, and the Crispy, which probably refers to how Charlotte is, kind of burning people to a crisp just by slitting her wrist. I didn't mean to rhyme right there. But yeah, like apparently, when she gets cut in some type of way, like in the last episode, she got like, stabbed or something. And then when the dagger came out, like all that light from out of her burnt that dude. So this is, I mean, like there's so much that can be about to happen. Pretty much everything that we've been seeing happen for the last few episodes and really the entire season is about to come to some sort of culmination. Like it's kind of crazy to think actually now that I'm really thinking about it, how much has happened so far in season 2, because Charlotte, or the goddess, whatever you want to call her, since Charlotte isn't her real name, she didn't come around until the first episode of season 2, but it feels like she's been around for so long now. So it really does feel like so much has happened this season, and so I just can't wait to see how they're about to finish it off. So I guess I just want to go ahead and jump right into it. This is Lucifer, season 2, episode 18, The Good, the Bad, and the Crispy. Right where we left off with the last episode. She's stapling herself back together.
No, it means that once again Dad is manipulating us 6 ways to Sunday. But
Get
hey,
over yourself, Lucifer.
What's new? At least we have it now.
That was such a jerk thing to do by
Well,
Lucifer.
hand it over, brother. The sword's not going to ignite itself. Give it to me. Right, don't be silly, brother. I'm 10 times stronger than you.
But I'm the favorite.
But I'm the favorite. Really? This type of sibling rivalry?
Right.
Are they serious right now?
Make me hurt you. Remember, you're not the angel you once were.
Lucifer was obviously just being a bit of a jerk to Amenadiel there. Not intentionally, because he was really just thinking about it, through his anger at his father. But, Amenadiel kind of caught the stray of that. But Amenadiel obviously is just so happy about the fact that he's the favorite son now that it didn't even really faze him. So I'm happy for Amenadiel.
You scared me.
Is it just me, or is Linda always being startled on this show?
Patching people up isn't my thing. It is now. Suppose I could take a gander.
Would have been awkward if she would have been placed in a body that was shorter than Linda's, though. That might not have worked as well.
Okay, duct tape.
Some duct tape? That's gonna burn straight through.
Trust me. This stuff's amazing.
You mean to tell me that duct tape can stop that celestial burn?
Ridiculous. But you have experience with emotionally fragile men, don't you?
You're self-aware today.
No, I meant Dad.
Burn.
Anyway, tell me, how do you...
Girl stuff.
Naked girl stuff? Dr. Linda, I had no idea.
Lucifer jumps to the craziest assumptions. Oh, snap. Right. That's that naked girl stuff, they were just getting crazy.
It's not. Actually, speaking of that, I may have already harmed someone.
Harmed is quite a euphemism in this situation.
Oh, no. No.
Did you slip on a banana peel too?
Trixie!
What?
I'm afraid you're gonna need surgery.
Then assemble the sword before Mum spews light everywhere.
You don't have to speak in code. I can handle adult stuff.
So what if your mother explodes? Why should I care?
Because
Oh, that was really funny, actually.
many...
Oh,
Daisy. There goes that clue. Klutzy me.
Aw,
that
don't
was
worry,
totally
buddy.
not on purpose.
I'm a total klutz myself, which is why I always make a backup. No, that's from another
Ella
crime scene.
is hilarious.
I gotta.
You're right, Miss Lopez. Sadly, the only witness to this one is my dear old dad.
Oh, right. Yes, your dad. Wait a second. That gives me an idea.
It does.
Exactly.
Lucifer's like, why am I giving you ideas?
I mean, it's a long shot, but Thank you, Lucifer.
You gotta
So
just stop talking, Lucifer. Ella's gonna get an idea off of anything you say.
I'm the favorite son. This whole time, I actually thought that God had lost faith in me, but it was me.
Is he at improv
I
or
lost
something?
faith in him.
Where
I can
is he?
see that now. I'm so sorry, Father.
Yes, and how was your
He
newborn
said
child?
yes, and how was your first?
Okay, that's great.
Yes,
We'll cut right
and
there. Hey,
Can
yeah.
I have the lights?
He's improv, man.
She's going into labor.
How can I help when I'm supposed to kill my own father?
A minute they'll know. You're supposed to be like, yes, and I will now help you. That's the key to improv. Saying yes and after every single thing, no matter what somebody just said.
The fiddle. I mean, look at her smug face.
Or no.
Look.
Yeah, I got it. LAPD!
Whoa.
You still think we're wasting our time?
What? That was so crazy.
I know this looks bad, but we can explain. I'm Ava. This is my sister Kathleen. Hi, how you doing?
What
Friendliest
are
serial
you?
killers ever.
There's no way to explain this, man. What in the world?
Oh, that's
I know this looks bad, but we can totally explain this dead body that we're carrying out of this laboratory or wherever they're walking out of, warehouse.
hilarious. We're not killers.
So hilarious.
Line cleaners. Lines are last.
I can't. Bro, look at this. Like, they just got a dead body lying behind them talking about, we can totally explain we are not killers. Oh my gosh, man. These people are funny.
Do not tell me you went to see Brad again. I thought you were done with that trip.
I was till I ran into him at Jamba Juice.
Understand completely.
Now is not the time to have this conversation when you're in front of the police. I thought you weren't gonna see him again. I wasn't. But I had to see him at Jamba Juice because I need my Jamba Juice. Like, get out of here. Like, you could have talked about this later.
After all we've been through.
You know I don't lie, detective.
But you also don't tell the whole truth. Does this have to do with what you're upset
That's a
about?
good point. That is such a good point. Lucifer doesn't lie, but he definitely doesn't tell the whole truth.
You don't talk to me. Never mind. I thought we were past this. Going backwards, Lucifer, is not
They
good
just brought that music.
for anyone.
See how the music can shift the tone of a scene like that?
Trust me.
1 second it's kind of funny with them running into the people with the dead body. Then all of a sudden Chloe's like, not if you don't talk to me. And the music comes in and Lucifer's left standing there. Ow.
Okay. All right. Well, you're strong.
He is an angel after all. But I know you don't know that.
Family is so weird.
Man, that wasn't quiet at all. He literally just turned around and said that out loud. Like,
The hang of it.
the subtitles be joking.
Eyes. You see, I thought I had fallen, and I.
Dang.
I don't get paid by the hour.
This little squeaky sound.
Oh my god.
The Paris Hotel in Vegas.
Oh,
Gosh, Ella.
going there. Vegas and me. Not pretty.
Yeah.
Ella somehow manages to toe the line, like, of being like she's not annoying with how she acts. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some people that could be like Ella could be annoying with it. Like, if you're at work and then one of your coworkers come up to you talking about, can I be your travel buddy? I'm like, leave me alone. Like, no, like, I don't know you. Like, but, you know, Ella manages to do it in a way that's, like, endearing. And even from just a television show character standpoint, she never, like, kind of oversteps her boundaries, you know? She, even though she's kind of a comic relief character right now, at least, I'm still waiting for her kind of role to elevate. If it does, I hope it does. It still never feels like she just is annoying or unrealistic or too goofy. She just has like the perfect balance of like comic relief and goofiness, but actually being, you know, a serious, real character that, you know, is very easy to connect with and just enjoy to watch.
Sweet, legit cleaners are up to something not so legit.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Would you mind running down to the wine cellar and fetching Mum? I think she'd like to hear this.
About perspective. Father doesn't always make things clear because he wants us to form our own beliefs. And I strongly believe that I am to guard that peace.
Mum has to go.
She already has.
What?
Your mother's gone.
What do you mean? And then also real quick, just something that Amenadiel said in that scene that kind of stood out to me. He was like, Father doesn't make things clear because he wants for us to form our own beliefs. I just thought that was interesting for him to say, because it feels like it might be some type of like message that like they might also be trying to put, like, you know, on more of a macro scale outside of just the story of the show. Like maybe they're like kind of like that's like a stance on, like, you know, religion in a way. Like things might not always be clear regardless of what you believe in, but that allows the room to form your own beliefs. As human beings, there are no really real answers out here, so everything kind of is on faith, and what you find connects with you and resonates with you and what you want to believe in personally. So I thought that was kind of a very interesting line because it fits for their situation and applies on a much more macro level.
You asked if Lucifer had done it. What did you mean by that?
I meant nothing by it.
Uh-oh.
Meaningless.
Right. Tell me what you know. Over a glass of wine, or over your own charbroiled corpse.
Man.
Your choice.
Yeah, looks like Linda said a little bit too much there. I don't think she was really thinking when she said all that. But geez, I can't believe Charlotte just threatened her like that. She said she was gonna charbroil her body. Like, oh my goodness.
I came here to grill Kathleen on the false alibi.
Whoa.
Like that. That's what Charlotte says she's going to do to Linda. I don't know, man. It doesn't look too pleasant to me. I don't think that looks like a fun thing to have happen to you.
Old Chet hired the Lion sisters to clean up.
That's
Cleaned
Ava
up the
Lion?
cleaner.
Cleaned up the cleaner.
What is going on? I work here.
Only
What?
me.
So like did Charlotte have like them did Charlotte have another murder happen that way so that it would make the trail get thrown off from her? Because if so, that's crazy. But I don't know. Or is it like just a copycat killer or something? I don't know. That's really weird because they never showed us anything to suggest that Charlotte did that to Ava Lion too. So I'm like super confused now.
Mum,
What? What's going on?
I'm so sorry. My mum's here. I've
My
gotta
mum's
rush.
here.
Good luck with Kathleen. Ciao.
Damn it. What's wrong?
Lucifer be so suspicious.
He's hiding something from me, I can tell. But someone who knew Chet, and someone I still don't trust.
See,
What have you been
there's
doing?
nothing you can get past Chloe Decker.
Isn't that?
This
She'll
being
figure it
fired
out
up
if there's
to
something to be
celestial
found out.
barbecue So that you can grill another head.
Don't you just hate being kept in the dark?
I'd rather be kept in the
Good
dark
news.
than shot by your light.
A place of your own.
Yeah, somewhere away from Dad.
Place of
maybe?
her own, like,
Somewhere familiar, warmer,
oh,
perhaps.
oh.
In hell.
I thought he
per
meant like
se,
a
but in
new
charge
place.
Of hell. I mean, after all, it is a
Outside of
kingdom
heaven or
without a
hell.
ruler.
He is right. I mean, there's a great opportunity for upward mobility.
Mum,
Mom, listen, I understand. You're angry.
I'm not.
I'm
angry.
disappointed.
Just disappointed.
I knew it. That's like the classic line. I knew she was about to say that, but except usually people don't throw someone across a room after they say it. Oh my gosh, what is she doing?
Well.
They walk
someone's
up with their
clever.
badges out.
How did you get me?
Wasn't that hard to trash your phone?
Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to resist.
Well,
I'll tell you everything you want to know. I just have one small request. It's such a beautiful place. So many people.
if you hurt anyone, Mum, if you
she's
hurt her,
crazy.
You and your brother did.
she has Chloe.
Lucifer will sacrifice anything for Chloe. Oh snap.
No.
She's groaning, so she's not dead. But are you kidding me?
Linda,
Seriously?
it's okay. I'm here. Okay. You're gonna be fine.
Serious. Nah, man. Yeah, Charlotte, the goddess, whatever you want to call her, she's got to go.
Help me.
She crossed the line
Hello,
with
Dad.
this one, man. She really just crossed the line. She's been going back and forth between all this. Is she, like, sometimes she's kind of an antagonist, sometimes she's not. She's done some pretty, you know, reprehensible things, but then other times she's kind of helpful. And, you know, I know she got the whole thing of it all being like for her children, she's a caring mother, but nah, this is too much. At this point, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not. This is probably the end of her character, because I don't think they're just gonna continue to just have her around after doing some mess like that.
What are you looking for?
It's really like these skins. Oh my gosh.
What?
Is that a key in your pocket, or are you happy to see him?
And the final piece. You let the detective go, and they are yours.
Let me go? Really? I'm the one holding her.
Chloe really doesn't know how much danger she's in.
Oh, I think we found
Oh
our
my
mystery killer.
gosh.
How can you be
Who is
so
this?
glib? You were our lawyer. You betrayed us.
Oh
gun
my,
down,
this
Hector.
guy? Really? In the midst of all this, you're gonna pop up?
Thank you for leading me to her, detective.
Okay, what? So he killed the person just so that she would lead. First of all, that's just a terrible thing to do, like killing somebody over that. I mean, so, but second of all, that's so stupid. Like, if you were gonna do that, if you were gonna try to do that so that you can catch up with Charlotte, why would you go and then confront her in front of the detective and in front of these people involved with law enforcement? Like, I mean, I get it, he's mad and angry and wants revenge, but I guess he's just not even thinking clearly either. He must just not care about getting arrested after this, because that was just like he executed this plan in such a foolish, stupid way. Like, if you were gonna do all that, killing somebody over this, you'd think he'd at least be smarter to be a little bit more discreet about it when he confronted her and found her. But I don't know. I mean, maybe he just really truly doesn't care at this point, because, you know, he just wants vengeance, and that's all he's thinking about. What's he doing? Oh snap! A minute deal. A minute deal. That's why he was doing the. A minute deal got his powers back. The flaming
Mom.
sword. He got the flaming sword.
But I'm afraid. Leaving, Mum!
Okay. I can take care
Oh my
of it.
gosh. Lucifer is so intense.
I guess it can cut through anything, even the world itself.
Was that a portal to hell?
It's
Or something?
nothing.
A portal to nothing?
At least for now. Mum, to create a whole new world.
Oh,
your own
snap.
world
So it
with
is
your
like a new
father.
world. Oh yeah, that's just the vessel. That's Charlotte. Okay, they gotta be like, how? How did they get down there that quickly? Like 2 seconds ago, they were up here. Dang, a minute deal just went off. So is it kind of like just a total coincidence that he happened to do that right when that dude shot the gun? Because that's kind of crazy.
She didn't die.
How is she alive?
Mum?
How is she alive? It's not her mom. I know it's not the goddess. It's Charlotte. How is she alive though?
My kids are 10.
She had
Right.
a screwdriver jabbed in the back of her head. Like, how is she still alive? Remember, she was dead. She had a screwdriver jabbed in the back of her head, and the goddess went in her body because she was dead. Does like having a goddess in your body somehow make it so that like your soul is able to come back in some type of way? I don't know. That's interesting. Wonder how she's still alive. But I mean, I guess good for Charlotte Richards, the real one. She got her life back. Although, I mean, now she's probably about to be in trouble for all the things that the goddess Charlotte just did.
Who are you?
Who are you? Dan is so hurt.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I think that Hector killed both victims.
Well, you think he killed his own brother?
I think you would be the first to agree. Oh, and Ella found a Mondo blowtorch in Hector's car, so there's that.
Right.
The only thing I still don't understand is you seem to have some inkling of this from the very beginning. If you think that I don't know who you really are by now, you're wrong.
You don't know. But Chloe just came to some really weird conclusions. I gotta say that. Chloe just came to some very weird conclusions right there. I'm kind of confused as to how she came to that.
Chose to be your friend and face all that comes with it. The good, the bad,
And the crispy. Linda got the title.
I just realized something that I need to do. Sometimes happen around me. Why my brother's so
snap.
saintly and Maze is so...
Is he really about to tell her?
And I'm so, well, magnetic.
If so, that's gonna be crazy.
No, seriously, I...
What the heck? So he can't tell her. He can't tell Chloe. Just when he was about to tell her, somebody comes and attacks him. Was that like somebody sent by like God or something? I guess he just literally cannot tell Chloe, or else something intervenes. What the heck? Where is he? Oh, snap. He's got wings. Okay. What? I don't know what to think about that, man. I really don't know what to think about that ending. I don't know what exactly just happened there. Like, okay, so was that like a flashback? Or was that a flashback to when he first got thrown down? Or was it like a redo? Like, did he somehow get kidnapped and then not kidnapped, like maybe, I don't know, brought to heaven and then thrown down again or something, and now he has wings again? I don't know. I definitely really enjoyed this episode. Like, I really liked the theme that was going on here, like that talk that Lucifer and his mom had at the very end there, right before he, you know, sent her to the nothing place, was really deep. Like, you know, when they were talking about moving forward and everything, and that, first of all, that definitely tied this whole episode together. And the thing is, when you watch a season finale, at least me, I like to see, okay, so now how does this theme of the season finale relate back to this entire season? Is this like kind of tying everything up? And I feel like this whole idea of moving forward, when you think about it, is really was really a big pillar of this season. Because if you think about it, all the characters this season, for the most part, were going through their own sort of phases of moving forward. Like, when you think about Dan, think about where Dan was in season 1. Season 1, Dan was introduced as, like, you know, Chloe's mean ex-husband who was always giving her a hard time and was kind of a jerk, and he was also a crooked cop, and, you know, he was just kind of an unlikable character and whatnot. Then, of course, towards the end of season 1, he started to have his bit of a redemption arc where he was going against Malcolm, and, you know, he started to kind of turn around, and you know, we were really rooting for Dan and everything. And so that was all fine and good and cool. But then at the beginning of season 2, like I was kind of mentioning in a few of those earlier episodes, it kind of felt like Dan was in a bit of a limbo. While the rest of the show and the other characters feel like they had been progressing so much, and like the show was just like, you know, getting so good and moving forward in all these different ways, it still kind of felt like Dan's character was left behind and didn't really have much to do now in the bigger picture of everything. And it felt like it's kind of meta in a way, because not only did it feel that way from a writing standpoint, just from like looking at the show in universe, it felt like Dan's character was kind of like, okay, what am I doing now? Like, at this point, I think he had been demoted. You know, he, like, a lot of stuff he originally associated himself with in his mind, he didn't have anymore. So he's like, what do I do now? I can't go backwards into being what I was before. So now all I can do is try to find a way to move forward. And he was doing that with the improv. He was doing that, you know, by like getting with Lucifer's mom or other things like that. Like he was moving forward and whatnot rather than going backwards. And again, it's kind of meta, because also the writers were probably looking at it the same way. Like, what do we do with Dan now? We can't go backwards with his character. We can't go back to what he used to be, how he was introduced at the beginning of the series, because he just doesn't fit that role anymore. After the redemption arc that he had in the end of season 1, having him go back to what Dan was before that whole little storyline that happened there with Malcolm just would not have worked. So they're like, we have to move forward with Dan. We have to find a way to bring his character up into a new place. And I feel like now Dan went from, in my opinion, being one of the more one of the least interesting characters at the beginning of the series to being involved in some of the most interesting storylines and always having entertaining matchups, whether it be with Amenadiel or Lucifer or just other people that you might not have always expected Dan to, to have cool scenes with. So that was Dan moving forward. Then we had Maze. Think about where Maze was at the beginning of the season. If I remember correctly, Maze was still kind of in her like I'm a demon and that's that mode, like at the beginning of season 2. But over the course of season 2, she's developed this relationship with Linda, and she's kind of gotten to this point of getting a little bit more in touch with humanity, if you will, kind of in the same way that Lucifer has been doing. And through all that, she's been sort of maybe reevaluating the way she was looking at things, the way she was going about things. She's been caring about things she wasn't caring about before. She's been like, you know what? I'm not on hell anymore. I'm in Earth. I'm on Earth. And I can't stay stagnant. I can't move back to it. I can't go back to how I used to be. I'm here. I might as well move forward and start, learning what is Mazikeen on Earth? What is Maze on Earth? Who am I when I'm here? And it kind of feels like that's been Maze's journey this season. And it's been really cool to see how much her character has progressed and has become like such a, an empathetic, caring person. Like the ways that she's helped Chloe and that she's helped Linda, and like that she has been so selfless in so many different situations. It's been really cool to see, because I feel like, season 1 Maze, while she was definitely growing through season 1 too, I don't think season 1 Maze was really, at that level yet of, caring about other people. So Maze is another one. Even Linda, I was about to mention earlier in the scene that Linda had with Lucifer, and this was, Lucifer had the conversation with his mom and he had the conversation with Linda that all together seemed like kind of led him to realize he has to talk to Chloe. But like Linda was saying how she walked into this with her eyes open, she's been kind of going through a whole sort of progression and growth and everything. And I mean, she could have, just like Maze, well, I don't know if Linda had a choice. Maze definitely had the choice to have just wanted to stay the same and not, change, but Maze still decided she was going to change. Linda, she kind of walked into all this and, she found out Lucifer was actually the devil and all that. She found out Maze was a demon, and she did kind of try to get away from it at first, but, that didn't really work. But as it's gone on, she just started to accept it and understand it and, be at their side when they need it. And so she has definitely kind of moved forward into this whole new world and probably a whole new phase of her life. So that's another character that moved forward. Amenadiel, in a way, is not only moving forward, but he's kind of like moving full circle in a way, because like, I think, what's that, this season when Amenadiel started losing his powers? I believe it was towards the beginning of the season. And, he was losing his powers, but now here he is at the end. He has his powers back. He found out that he's God's favorite son, and it's been watching him kind of, move his arc. This whole season has been very interesting, because it's kind of like for a little while there, he was like the inverted Lucifer. You know what I mean? Like it felt like what happened to Lucifer was starting to happen to Amenadiel, and Lucifer was maybe starting to kind of, find his footing and become happy again. Or maybe he's always been happy since he came down. I don't know. But he was being happy, and Amenadiel was just sinking further down and straying further away from, caring about, his father and whatnot. Obviously, Lucifer didn't care about their father, but Amenadiel seemed like he always cared, but now he was starting to lose his faith, if you will. So this whole season for Amenadiel has kind of just been like him, like, kind of coming full circle back to, being, the strong Amenadiel that we saw at the beginning of the show. So that's been very interesting to watch as well, but that's also, you could call that a form of moving forward, only because it's not like he just jumped back to that. Like he had to learn new things and, see things with new perspectives and in a new way in order to get where he is now. So again, even Amenadiel, moving forward, not moving backward. I feel like the characters that have gotten the least chance to move forward so far are the two main characters, Lucifer and Chloe, because like Chloe, I guess you could say she's kind of moved forward in the sense of she has started to get a little bit more understanding of her feelings for Lucifer and whatnot. Like, before she either just didn't like him, or she wasn't, maybe she didn't want to like him, but maybe deep down she did. I don't know. But she definitely wasn't acting like that outwardly. But as this season has been going on, Chloe has been, dealing more and more with the fact that, oh snap, maybe I actually do have feelings for Lucifer. And she went from having that thought to being like, oh, I actually do, and I'm actually going to try to act on it and everything. So in that sense, you could say Chloe has been moving forward in some ways, but it does kind of feel like Chloe as a character is kind of in the same sort of place that she was in the first season, if that makes sense. Like, she still doesn't know anything that's happening, like, she's the second most important character on the show, but yet she still has no idea about the whole other side of the show of, what all Lucifer and Amenadiel and Maze have going on, and what Charlotte really was, and all that stuff. They're always having to hide things from Chloe and explain things in a different way. And so it's crazy. She still is kind of in that space of being kind of that, that naive character around all this craziness that's happening. So I feel like it really is going to take, like, her finding out about all that to really get to the next sort of level of, Chloe's, I guess, progression and what she is going to be as a character on the show Lucifer. So then that leads to Lucifer, who was about to possibly cause that forward movement for Chloe. And I mean, obviously Lucifer's had some character development and everything as well throughout this series, but in terms of him being truly real and honest and vulnerable with Chloe about who he is, he has yet to do that. And that's kind of what he realized from the conversations that he had with his mom and even with Linda. I believe that that's what he needs to do. And he and Chloe even had, that really kind of, even though Chloe was coming to some crazy, weird conclusions, it was still a very heartfelt conversation there at the end where Chloe was like, if you really think that I don't know you, something like that. So it was like, you can tell at this point, Chloe really does feel connected with Lucifer. And he's like, I owe her this, basically. Like, I mean, like, it's time. Like, I need to stop. I don't need to hide this anymore. So Lucifer was really about to go ahead and do that. And that was going to be a huge, like I said, that would be huge, Chloe finding out. That changes the whole dynamic of the show, basically. But then he gets attacked. So that brings us to, what was that about? Why did Lucifer just get attacked? Like, is it like some type of like, divine intervention? Like, what was going on there? And I just have no idea. Like, I mean, I don't know, like I said, if that was a flashback or what, but that was definitely interesting. And I'm wondering if maybe now, if that was a flashback, that would be cool to see maybe what it was like when Lucifer was first on Earth. I don't know. Or maybe it was, I really don't know. I'm going to just keep on, I'm just going to keep on just saying crazy theories if I just keep on trying to figure out what that was, because I just have no idea what all that was about. So, yeah. Otherwise, this episode was, it did a great job of balancing the humor and the drama as always. I thought that, the whole thing with the cleaners was hilarious when they had the body and they were walking out, like Amenadiel being in the improv class. Like, it was a lot of just nice, funny moments here as always. So, Lucifer's done a great job of striking that balance. There were a few things there at the end that Chloe said that was just kind of weird to me, like about Charlotte not even having done it, and she thought Hector did both murders and all that stuff. And I was like, Charlotte literally was admitting to it. She said she talked about the cleaning people. She was saying that she did these things. She was saying things that indicated that she definitely knew what was going on and that she did it. She was like, how'd you find out that I was the bad guy and stuff like that? So I thought that was a little weird. And then Chloe was like, and you had an inkling. But it didn't really seem like Lucifer had an inkling. It more so seemed like he was trying to protect his mom. And that's how, I could see Chloe seeing it. Like, he knew she was guilty and he was trying to stop her from being caught. But it didn't seem like he had an inkling that it wasn't her and that it was Hector. So, I don't know. But I guess... And then the other thing was that when they looked over the pier, they're just like, oh yeah, you fell down the pier. In 2 seconds, like in that split time period, I get that they're humans and they can't rationalize some of this stuff. So they're just trying to make it make sense the best way they can because it literally just doesn't make sense. So I guess that's what this all amounts to. The stuff that's happening around them just literally makes no sense. So like Chloe and Dan are just like coming up with these, explanations to themselves that really don't make any sense either. But it's the best they can do because the stuff that's happening around them is so crazy and just so ridiculous and inexplainable. Overall, season 2 as a whole, I really enjoyed it. I feel like this was a big step up from season 1. And again, that's not to say that I thought season 1 was bad or anything. I think season 1 was good. You know, I think in season 1, Lucifer was a good show. But it's very cool to see how in season 2, they've just been elevating it in every single way. Like, the writing has developed so much. The acting has always been pretty good on this show, but I mean, like, still, it's even the acting has been getting better this season. The production value, you know, like the locations that they're shooting in, the scenery, the cinematography, the fighting scenes, all sorts of aspects of this show have just been elevating, and it's been so cool to see. And I really have a feeling that it's just going to continue to do that, because I feel like season 2 was as good as it was. Like, I mean, this was really, really good. I feel like these people still have more up their sleeve. I feel like they're just getting started, honestly. Like, I feel like there's so much more to come that is probably just going to make the stuff that happened in season 2 seem like small peanuts. And I'm just excited to see it. Like, it's always fun to see a show that you can just feel is continuously getting better and better and better and better. And that's what I feel like Lucifer is. So in terms of season 3, I mean, I don't even have any predictions or anything, because, you know, I don't know. It's anything can happen at this point. My only prediction is that season 3 is probably going to be even better than season 2, because this show has shown that it just continuously gets better and better and better. Season 1, the second half of season 1 was better than the first half of season 1. Season 2, the beginning of season 2 was better than season 1, but then as season 2 started going on, I started feeling like it started having that really, really strong kind of just run of episodes where each one was just knocking it out the park. Why stop now, you know? I feel like Lucifer has a lot more to go, and I just can't wait to see where we're headed from here. So, all right, well, I guess that'll do it for this one. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Let me know what you thought about season 2. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And head on over to Patreon for the full uncut reactions if you're interested in seeing that. Until next time, I'll see you all later.